thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that follow button. If you're already following, make sure you host it up. And if you really like the content, subscribe. And for that matter, the more important thing is, at least this point right now, subscribe over there to YouTube. If you're like, dude, I have like no money, that's cool. You still can support by going over there to YouTube. All right, go over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and check me out there. I would really appreciate it.
Waves and waves.
No, that's not Gucci Mane. I saw Gucci. I was about to say Gucci Mane. No, that's not Gucci Mane. That's Soulja Boy. Tell him. Let's talk about this guy right here. This guy right here. What is wrong with this man? All right. So, in 2018, Soulja Boy released his own gaming console, and it had all sorts of emulated games. It looked like a it looked like a PlayStation. It had a decent controller or whatever, but it just wasn't it. It looked like he went to Alibaba and said, "Hey, get me as many consoles as you can get me really cheap. Put some emulators on it, and we're gonna slap the name Soulja Boy all over that thing." That's what happened. But long story short, he had to take it down. He took it off his website because he was getting sued by Nintendo. Who would ever thunk emulating Nintendo games on your new console would get you taken down? But Soulja Boy, tell him, is back at it again. He's releasing a new console. It looks like a cross between a Wii and a Xbox One S. It's white, has little holes in it, and then has nerve to have a PlayStation 2 controller attached to it. The nerve. So my question is, what's different about this one? Why is he getting back into the console game, knowing good and well nobody's making for his machines? So let's start with this point right here. I'm not hating on the man. A lot of when this first happened and I posted on Facebook, yo, what's wrong with him? A lot of people like, he's trying to be an entrepreneur. Let him be great. Stop being a hater. I'm not hating on him. Just think it's dumb. Like, why would you do this? It doesn't make any sense. Your name doesn't hold weight in the video game community. Now, if this was Travis Scott, he already did a deal with PlayStation. Remember, we talked about this, last year, I think. What did we talk about? Yeah, we talked about this last year with Travis Scott and his collaborations with PlayStation and Nike and everything else in between, right? And it would make sense for Travis Scott to be like, yo, I'm gonna come out with a console because I'm about video games. I love video games, so it only makes sense for me to come out with a console. But instead, he's an ambassador for PlayStation. That makes sense, right? It makes tons of sense. But Soulja Boy, instead, he's like, nope, don't care. My name holds weight. People are gonna buy this Soulja Boy game console. I'm like, I don't know, dog. I don't know. You didn't learn from your first lesson. So if you go to his website, his original website, it redirects you to the Nintendo 3DS website. That's the first thing. And that's why I'm like, no, Nintendo got you. And he even admitted, he's like, yo, I got to man up and I got to do what I got to do. He thought that Nintendo wasn't going to do nothing about it. He thought he was bigger than life. No, he was not. But Nintendo got him. So my question now, and the things that I'm wondering about is, what games are gonna come with this Soulja Boy console? I can't imagine the games that will come. Is it gonna be a retro console? Is it gonna be like, I don't know if you guys remember those Christian games back in the day on Nintendo. I had one that was called King of Kings, and it would flash on the screen like 7 or 9 times, and then it would work. I don't know if he's gonna get like a random company to build for him, but who freaking knows, man? I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm like, yo, Soulja Boy, I don't think this is a move you should make. Is he influential? Yeah, absolutely. I think he's influential. Should he do a collaboration with a gaming company? Yeah, absolutely. I think he should. Should he make a gaming console? No, 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 he shouldn't. No, he shouldn't. What, they gave him his own crypto? I need to look that up. I need to look that up. Okay, so TBG says All Music owes him 10%. He showed the way. I don't disagree with that to a certain extent. He showed you how to get on without a deal. He made a template for internet stardom when it didn't exist. I'll buy that. He did the template for Tekashi's and Tekashi 6ix9ine, right? And the Blueface, what blue? That's his name, right? Blueface. I'm not into those guys, so I don't. If I'm saying their name wrong, my bad. I would even say he paved the way for Chance the Rapper, because Chance the Rapper was like one of the first guys to get a deal. Let me rephrase. He's the first guy to get on without having a deal. There it is. Deal with a major company. So he paved the way for all that stuff. So I don't disagree with that. These are the jokes that should begin with this. Nintendo will go after fan-made passion projects. Don't know what he thought was going to happen. I don't disagree. I don't know what's up with Nintendo with them making going after passion projects when, first off, they're not selling them. Second off, Nintendo isn't making that style of game anymore. And lastly, it's like it's nothing coming out of your pocket. I get it. I totally understand. It's copyright infringement. Like, that's our intellectual property. You're not gonna get famous off of it. But a lot of times we don't know the guys' names that create these passion projects. I don't know the guys' names. We still just associate it with Nintendo. Now, if those games didn't give credit to Nintendo or whatever, I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. But it's like this all in love. There's so many passion projects that are out there. But more specific, I think with this one though, Soulja Boy is not a passion project though. That's my issue. It's just a emulated. I don't know what this new one is, but it's just emulated games on a console, and he's selling and he's making a profit off of it. That's where it's a problem. But you're not making a profit off of it. I don't see there being an issue. Is he releasing it? Yes, Mark, he's releasing a new console. I don't know if it's gonna have 16-bit graphics or not, but they just said it's gonna be released this year. What even more crazy is they gave him. You gotta tell me about this Soulja Boy crypto. You don't know where you get it though. It's ETH.so. That frustrates me. Yo, what's up, Rolla? How's it going, man? Macklemore. I am not a fan of Macklemore. Don't get me started on that day. I'm gonna say that for another day. Called Tekashi by his real name, Daniel. He lost the right to be called Tekashi. Everybody's social media presence for musicians didn't exist before him. The whole entire generation of ringtone era didn't exist until him. So much he doesn't get the credit for it because he did it all by himself. They hate him. You know what? I don't think I disagree with that. I think the thing we don't want to admit. Give me a second to think that out. All right. It's kind of like a child game, or like Barney. Let me put it like that. I remember Barney came out, and as a kid, I was like, no, I do not like Barney. But because it was corny, Barney was just corny. Sesame Street was cool because like you understood it. And it was like, okay, you're doing like, spin-off, your version of a particular song. You're teaching the alphabet, you teaching numbers with sing-along. But Barney was just corny, But Barney paved the way for a lot of kids' television, Soulja Boy is the same way, man. And don't get me wrong, there's quite a few songs that I like of Soulja Boy. But in my opinion, I'm like, dog, you corny. You are so freaking corny. And you probably could say the same thing about myself. So there's people out there like, yo, CJ, your jokes are whack. You are corny. I'm okay with that. But you can't deny his influence. And that's what I will say. I can't deny his influence. I cannot deny Soulja Boy's influence. And I know his music. I know all that stuff. But like the freaking the Gucci headband that he had on the Breakfast Club, I'm like, dog, why'd you wear that? Him going back to his city, and he's like, yo, this is my homie, and dude's like, get off me, Soulja Boy. I thought that was kind of funny, but he doesn't have the clout that he thinks he has. But as far as getting credit, yeah, you're right. I think he deserves a little bit more credit than he has. And I guess the question to you guys, we kind of talked about it the other day. Is he an icon or is he a legend? Is he an icon or is he a legend? And should he continue to make these type of consoles moving forward? Or should he continue to be an influencer and collaborate with other companies? Like, for example, if they make another Def Jam Vendetta, I would love to see Soulja Boy in it. I got it. He's not a Def Jam member. Got it. Totally understand. But I would love to see guys like him in it. Who wouldn't love to see Soulja Boy in Def Jam Vendetta? Or whatever Def Jam game that's out there. I would love to see him in it. Here's what it is. Yo, thanks for watching my video. I really appreciate that. Make sure you check me on Twitch, MD Soul, MD Soul, right there on Twitch. And also make sure you follow me on my social media platforms. I'll see you next time. Peace.